We would like to welcome you to the hybrid course Principles of Pharmacology and Toxicology, VMB101Y. In this introduction, we will provide a brief overview of the course structure, required texts, learning objectives, expectations, and policies. In particular, we will provide more information on the hybrid course structure and the weekly activities and assignments that will take place face-to-face in class and outside the classroom. We recommend that you carefully review the uploaded syllabus in the resources folder on Canvas. This hybrid course, also known as a flipped classroom model, will provide training in core concepts of pharmacological and toxicological sciences and prepare students to develop higher-order problem-solving and critical thinking skills. The course is designed for advanced undergraduate students with interests in pursuing graduate degrees in pharmacology and toxicology, and for students with an interest in pursuing DVM, MD, pharmacy, dentistry, and nursing professional degrees. In addition, this course is also for students with an interest in forensic science, in drug design and modeling, and in pharmaceutical industries, and careers in risk assessment. The learning objectives for this course are as follows. Develop effective self-directed learning skills. Become skilled at locating and properly using information resources. Develop effective scientific reasoning and problem-solving skills. Become proficient in the quality analysis of pharmacology and toxicology publications. Demonstrate expertise in pharmacological and toxicological calculations. Understand the dose-response relationships. Produce a presentation that demonstrates quality verbal and reasoning skills. Demonstrate the knowledge to explain absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion, ADME or kinetics, of drugs and toxicants, and how the physicochemical properties of the drug toxicant influence ADME. Demonstrate the knowledge to describe key targets, signal transduction pathways for drugs and toxicants. Understand the design of pharmacological or toxicological studies. And understand the cornerstones of drug development. Now let us look at a simplified version and summarize the learning objectives into one applied scenario. The applied scenario is to take aspirin to get rid of a headache. The drug is taken orally as a pill. Once it enters the mouth, it travels through the esophagus into the stomach and small intestine, where it is absorbed into the bloodstream and transported to the liver. From the liver, it travels into the bloodstream to the target site, in this case, the head. Once the drug reaches the target site, it exerts its effect, in this case, the treatment of headache. At the end of this course, you will understand the principles that underlie the movement of a drug or toxicant through the body and the interaction with the target site to result in a therapeutic or toxic effect. This course will be delivered in a hybrid format, with approximately 50% of learning activities taking place online, outside the classroom, and 50% taking place face-to-face, inside the classroom. The course structure places considerable emphasis on pre-class preparation and completion of assignments. Face-to-face time will be spent on sustained discussions, individual and group presentations, and student interactions. Outside classroom activities will consist of reviewing of video modules and reading assignments, conducting literature searches, and participation in blogs, discussion forums, and group activities. In addition, preparation of topic summaries and presentations are important outside the classroom activities. Students will use Canvas to log in to the course from the UC Davis login page. In Canvas, students will access online lessons, course materials, and resources organized in weekly modules. At designated times throughout the course, students will participate in a blend of self-paced and group-based activities. As this course is taught as a hybrid course, please review the following ground rules to help everyone achieve the learning objectives and have an enjoyable learning experience. Class attendance is mandatory. Students are expected to participate in all online activities as listed on the course calendar. Build rapport. If you find that you have any trouble keeping up with assignments or other aspects of the course, make sure you let your instructor know as early as possible. As you will find, building rapport and effective relationships are key to becoming an effective professional. Make sure that you're proactive in informing your instructor when difficulties arise during the quarter so that we can help you find a solution. Study guides will not be provided. Instead, we will provide you with weekly assignments and online material that will help you learn how to organize, synthesize, and prioritize information. This course incorporates a substantial number of student-initiated activities, which are driven by the individual students. Some students may want to create their own study guides as one of these activities. All assignments for this course will be submitted electronically through Canvas, unless otherwise instructed. Assignments must be submitted by the given deadline, or special permission must be requested from instructor before the due date. Extensions will not be given beyond the next assignment except under extreme circumstances. Late or missing discussion assignments may affect the student's grade. Peer learning essentially refers to students learning with and from each other. As you know, everyone can learn a great deal by explaining their ideas to others and by participating in activities in which they can learn from their peers. Peer learning also strongly motivates learning. Last but not least, have some fun. Our hybrid course design will allow you to get to know and work with your classmates. We hope that the hybrid course structure will enhance and deepen your learning experience and will make learning fun and meaningful. The outcome of this course depends on the commitment of all of us, students and instructors. All required video and reading material is posted on Canvas in each given module. Some reading material may be optional and will clearly be marked as such. In addition, the textbook Pharmacology Principles and Practice by Hacker, 1st edition 2009, is an excellent resource. It can be purchased for approximately $70, but the online version is available through UC Davis Library and the link provided on the Canvas course site. Other high-quality textbooks are also listed in the syllabus. This course requires a safe and reliable internet connection, access to Canvas, and online access to complete many of the assignments, such as library searches. Now that we have summarized the main components and structure of this hybrid course, let's look at a typical week. I divided this up into 3 sections: the preparation, or self-directed learning, the assignments, and the face-to-face activity. Let's start with the preparation. This should start the week prior to a scheduled face-to-face discussion, and all preparation must be completed prior to class time. The important parts of the preparation are viewing of the video, reading the required text, taking the practice quiz on Canvas, and spending time to think about the material. The assignments are clearly outlined in Canvas for each individual week. There are individual and group activities, and all assignments have a final product, such as a presentation or written summary. The assignments have to be completed prior to the scheduled weekly face-to-face interaction. The weekly face-to-face time is for presenting key aspects of a given assignment, either individually or in groups, explaining and practicing difficult concepts, expanding on the textbook to include newer and more advanced information, getting an overview of major concepts, minor points, and how they fit together, and asking and answering questions. All preparation and assessment-related activities must be completed prior to the face-to-face activity. Within 24 hours of completion of the face-to-face activity, students will be expected to complete a graded quiz on Canvas that is relevant to the discussed concepts of the assignment. The graded course activities include online quizzes that have to be completed within 24 hours of the face-to-face activity. Each student is expected to actively participate during all face-to-face activities of the course. Expect to be called upon at random to chime in or represent your group. Thus, it is important that all students come prepared. Each weekly assignment will make up 4% of the course grade, and all students in a group get the same grade if the assignment was group-based. The midterm will cover all topics covered up until then and will make up 15% of the course grade. The final exam is cumulative and will make up 20% of the course grade. Topics presented during the group presentations in week 9 and 10 are fair game for the final exam. The group project will require sustained group-initiated work on a specific topic throughout the course to produce a summary document and a group presentation. Each group will present once, and all students in a given group are expected to participate in the presentation.